Welcome to Tech Topics brought to you by Cybervenger. We help keep small businesses stay protected and compliant with cutting-edge cybersecurity and IT solutions.
Hello everyone and welcome. My name is Andy. I'm the Managing Consultant for Cybervenger. Today we're doing another deep dive into the 110 controls of the NIST 800-171. Today's control is 3.9.2 in the personnel family of controls. We're going over HR-like issues. So take a look at what this particular control says here. It says that you need to ensure that organizational systems containing CUI are protected during and after personnel actions such as terminations and transfers. So, you know the old story, security shows up and escorts you to your desk, where you box up your things and you're escorted out the building. That whole thing, it's a thought-out procedure whenever someone is fired. Generally fired and under hostile conditions, right? They did something bad, they wanted them out, escorted out. Not always quite the same looking scenario if they quit and give their 2-week notice and left on good terms. But what there needs to be in order to comply with this control is some kind of well thought out offboarding policy. Just like there should be an onboarding policy where you grant people rights, where you get approvals, where you make sure that they sign the documents they need to sign, where they're given the training they need to get trained on, that sort of thing. You need the kind of reverse. One of the things they talk about, in fact, if you look down here again, it says in that second frame, it talks about exit interviews. Yeah, here we go. Conducting exit interviews, blah, blah, blah. So there could be quite a lot of post-termination steps that have to happen. During the termination, you want to make sure the termination process, before the person has a chance to do anything, you want to make sure their account is disabled immediately. So HR should notify IT prior to something happening, or as soon as possible in the case of something like immediately. Let's say, I don't know, a fight breaks out between two employees and they're both hauled off. There's a lot of planning that it could be a spontaneous thing, and HR is in catch-up mode. IT needs to make sure that those types of tickets are on a high alert priority, that access needs to be terminated right away. Insider threats are a big deal in security. At one point, they were the number one cause of breaches was people inside. I don't know if that's still true, given the amount of prevalence of external hacking and state actors trying to break their way in ransomware, that kind of thing. So they may not be true, may not be the number one, but I'm sure it's still up there. It's a very definitely significant factor. Internal threats are a big deal. So timely shutting down of accounts is very important. And removal of key cards. If you can't get the key card from the person, they should be electronically deactivated on your end. Their VPN should be terminated. Their account should be suspended. Password changed on it. Everything you could think of. In addition, you want to talk to that person and remind them of their contractual obligations. Remind them that, hey, look, if you have any data at home, it's really important that you destroy it. Here's the laws, the legal ramifications of not doing that. If you can get someone to conduct an exit interview, that's the things you want to talk about. You want to reiterate their non-disclosure obligations, reiterate their contractual obligations, that sort of thing. And that's, again, all HR, very little of this is technology. A little bit in that you need to shut down their account and maybe deactivate their key card. That's a little bit technology. But a lot of it's just organization, keeping track of what rights this person has. You should be able to go through your ticketing system and search for that person's name and search for tickets of type, permissions change or approval or something like that, and get a nice list of all the things they were given and that they should have. You should know by what department they're in, what job role they have, what access rights they have, what things you need to take away from them. Maybe they have a device at home. Maybe you need to remote wipe their tablet or their phone if they have a company-owned one. That's are important steps. All that should be written up in your offboarding process document, and that's something you get to have on hand. It should be familiar to all those in HR and IT and anybody involved in that process. So anything else that you can think of that you wouldn't want the former employee to have access to, that they might have access to, that has to be in there. And then really timeliness is the key. But it also doesn't have to necessarily be for employees being fired or even quitting. Quitting, the same thing. It just, you give them 2 weeks notice first. Or maybe not. Some organizations might lock that person out of their CUI acts. They may degrade their rights. You may even want to come up with a exiting person role, whereby they're able to read and write certain directories, but not others, so they don't immediately have access to CUI. You know why they're quitting. But when someone's quitting, you want to start throttling back what they could do. You want to get a chance to take an opportunity to have them cross-train other people. But if we've done our job well as managers, we should have all the information documented already. And the departing person shouldn't have much to teach. They should have been documenting and teaching and training all the while they're employed. Of course, maybe they haven't, and maybe that's why they're getting rid of them. But you never know. It also affects people who are going on vacation or maternity leave. You should probably shut down people's accounts that are on vacation. People who are on maternity leave or have long-term illness or taking sabbatical or anything like that. That is a offboarding process, or maybe perhaps a disabling process. Something that your offboarding process should have a section for people who are temporarily unavailable but coming back. Their account's not deleted, it's only disabled. Their access, login attempts should be scrutinized, like maybe a VPN access would be a nice honeypot. Anybody trying to VPN in as them should flag a higher alert. Those are good things to do. Those are all steps you can use to comply with this policy. A little bit's technology, but really most of it is about the administrative side. Again, another control where you really need the help and attention of companies' management to set this sort of thing up. This is not the kind of thing you can just dump on your IT department's lap. You've got to engage with them and work together. And that's really how things should be. IT and management should be working hand in hand. They should be working closely. Organizations just run better when everybody's working in the same direction, right? So that's all I got for this control this week. I look forward to seeing you in the next one.
Thanks for watching. We hope this video has provided valuable information to you. Be sure to share this video with other small business owners to spread the word about the importance of cybersecurity. As always, don't forget to like and subscribe for more videos like this. If you want more information about cybersecurity, visit us at www.cybervenger.com.